Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. Without the headscarf, you see how big my head is? Listen, it's a good time. It's a good time to talk about this, and maybe you guys can utilize this, and we'll see how it goes. I've noticed that the work has slowed down throughout a lot of the plants throughout the country. Everybody's, oh, we're short on money, we're short, hours. So let me be clear. First and foremost, the people that feel like they're not getting overtime and they're like, whoa, they cut my overtime, they cut me overtime. This is Jay. I'm gonna tell it like it is. You're not supposed to live off of overtime. You knew what you were gonna make per hour. You were supposed to base your income basically between anywhere between I think it's 32 hours to 40 hours a week if you're coming in as an assistant, because that's all they guarantee. You read your job description, that's how it is. If you read your union contract, they only have to offer a certain amount of hours per day. This is not picking at anybody, but that's just how it is. If you make a ton of overtime during the holiday seasons or when the busy season comes, the middle of the year, usually to the end of the year, people can kill it. But if you're not making that, let's remember, you're not supposed to live off of your overtime. Your overtime is supposed to be a plus in order to get ahead. All right, so let's say you made it past your 5, 6 months, 7 months, and now we're in the slow season, and you're like, damn, I'm only working 30 hours a week, 32 hours a week. I can't live off of this. Number one, balance your books a little bit better. Everybody was supposed to get their income tax and not blow it. People blow it. Not here to prosecute anybody. Things happen. But if we're building towards a future, remember, I made a video specifically about the loans that we get from the government. As government workers, there's many of them. I leave links in the video description, and there's one specifically that you have to be 6 months or over. Doesn't touch every state. It touches maybe 40 of the 50 states as BMG money. And the key with that is not only is a no credit check, uh, you get in, I think there's a minimum of 2 grand. And if you get 2 grand in your pocket and you can't utilize that and make it work for you, then there's a problem. No credit check, but it helps you build credit. So if you're in a place where you're sitting there and you're trying to get ahead in life, think about this. You got no credit, you're getting a loan, and now you're able to build credit. Whatever the percentage rate is, it shouldn't really hurt you, because if you're balancing your books correctly, it's going to work out in the long run, because they do report to the credit bureaus, and that works towards your future. Now, I made a full video about how this can help you build towards getting a home or having a deposit towards a home later on down the line. I'm not going to go into all of that, but it definitely establishes credit. I don't recall how many months they go by, and those it comes directly out of your paycheck. You set up an allotment and you pay them back. It's important that you know you have this option if you're going through it, and you can always pay them back early. So if you just happen to have a couple of good weeks, pay them back off early, and you got that option there at any given time. Again, my deal is to try to provide as much information as possible to you, and this is one of the things. When you are going through it, just know as a government worker, you have different options that are there, that can help us move and navigate during our down season, our downtime. Everybody in the country has a down season. There's tourist seasons, there's certain times a year that things slow down. Same thing with the post office. So the whole thing with everybody getting less hours, that's not something that I can address that in another video, but we addressing the whole monetary thing. If you need to live by overtime, get your finances in order. We're not supposed to be living off of overtime after 2 years. You're supposed to be able to figure out your money. We start off in debt when we come to this place. Within 2 years, you're supposed to be able to make this thing work for you. And if you're carriers or CCAs, y'all killing it. You going from making 22,000 a year up to 50, 60, 70,000 a year. We shouldn't be in debt. But again, I'm not your dad. But we got to make this work. We have to make this work. Y'all excuse me. I'm trying to watch wrestling while I'm talking to you guys at the same time. This is distracting. This is distracting. But I'm reading comments, and I felt like I needed to address this. BMG money will help. It doesn't hurt to check them out. Use and strategy. Use a strategy before you go apply. Put a strategy down on paper, and once you figure out, stick to it. You're not going to miss a payment because it comes right out of your check, but strategize and make that work for you. If you started off and you ain't got good credit or whatever, it will help build your credit over a year. And then think, okay, well, within 2 years, I should be able to do XYZ. So right now, it does two things. It helps you with some of your bills and your debt, and also it helps you establish your credit along the way. I think I got some more things to help you establish credit in the video descriptions, but this one is touching on the monetary aspect of it. Do me a favor, obviously use the link, but make sure that you don't dig yourself into debt. It's debt when you get a loan, but don't dig yourself into debt. Get it and go buy garbage. I mean, it's your money. But why get yourself into deeper debt when the whole purpose of you coming to work here is to create a long-term, end goal? And debt should not be your end goal. Hopefully this helped you. If you know other people that, just give them the information. Give them the information. Y'all stop making fun of my forehead. I just got out the shower. I'm sweating like a pig. I got that big ass light on my head. Y'all have yourself a good day. I'm going to just post this video. Hopefully it helps. Alright, JH, we out of here. This is done with my phone. Let's see if this, hopefully this posts good.